So when we talk about WellVine being a smart prebiotic, what we're trying to help people understand is that when you fertilize a garden or something like that, that fertilizer can feed weeds just like it can feed the plants that you want to thrive and to grow there if you're not careful. So you have to be careful about the pH, how much nitrogen you put in, whether or not you use iron, etc. And a good gardener understands that the way to fertilize the plants that you want and not fertilize the ones that you don't is by very carefully using the right composition of food for those plants. Sometimes they also use an herbicide, or they use something to kill the other plants. That's probably not the approach that we want to take when it comes to the gut. That would be the equivalent of using an antibiotic. So an antibiotic would come in and it would, kill. The problem is that it doesn't just kill the weeds, it actually kills the other stuff too. It's like a hand grenade. It's not a bullet, not a magic bullet. So when it comes right down to it, when you start looking at what you want to use to feed your gut, you want something that feeds the organisms that are desirable and that won't feed the ones that are undesirable. A lot of the really simple prebiotics that are out there right now, such as inulin, and to a certain extent, some of the fructo-oligosaccharides or even galacto-oligosaccharides, they will feed both classes of organisms to some extent. What we like about WellVine and what we've come to understand is that because of its complexity, because of the highly diverse nature of the oligosaccharides that are in it, and because it also naturally contains these phytonutrients, antioxidants, like polyphenols, it can't be utilized by undesirable bacteria, but it can be utilized by all of the good bacteria that you want. So in the studies that we did, we took 5 different strains of probiotic bacteria. They were able to actually utilize the oligosaccharides in WellVine and to thrive and to grow, and the pathogenic bacteria, or the ones that are undesirable that we tested, were not. So that's why we call it smart, is because it feeds the ones you want and doesn't feed the ones you don't want.